Train.
We can go mad for mad. I can go Hulk and smash. You can get all my wrath. Better not cross my path. I'm just mad. I'm big, mad. We stay mad. Cause we mad.
Good evening. What is I'm still stuck in evening mode. Good morning. What's up, man? This is your boy, Professor Tony, alongside you got Boogaloo Jones, and we got Dr. King K in the building. All right. So guess what, man? We always talk about this. And this one content creator made a funny video. And we're gonna see how true this is. I want y'all to check that out. What up, Andre? Morning. All right. But I want y'all to see how true it is. You know what I mean? Like, real talk. Is every generation getting weaker? And we're gonna go over the fourth turning. If you haven't heard about the fourth turning, we're gonna break that down really quickly. All right. So I want y'all to check out this video. Tell me what you think about this. Kids born in the 70s.
You know.
All right. We're gonna run that one more.
Right. Hey, boy, you got it about right.
Hey, they said the Gen X. So 70s is Gen X. They said Gen X and before they slicing things up, bro. They walking through it, ain't felt a thing. Matter of fact, they sliced the door open.
I'm a 80s baby, so we good too.
Yeah, look at 70.
Yeah.
All right, then us millennials, that's the millennials right here.
Yeah.
Like, I'm hit you back.
You hit the door back.
Yeah,
right.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
Yeah, and then here go the
kids. Right though. You got it spot on.
Here go the kids in the 90s.
90s had a little hard. They had a little hard.
It's like, I felt a little bit, but I ain't gonna complain about it.
Yeah.
He gonna mean mug. I might not hit you, but I'm a mean mug you. The Gen X and the baby boomers and the silent generation, all them before, they slicing you up. Bro. Millennials will hit you back. And the 90s kids they gonna mean mug you. They gonna mean mug you.
2000 kids. Man.
At least, hey, they still standing though. They still standing though. Kids are still standing. They hurt, but they still standing. Act like he got shot, right?
Yeah, that's about right.
That's the participation trophy activity.
Oh man,
over the 2000s,
the participation trophy started with us though, man. Come on now, the millennials.
No.
We was. We was getting those blue ribbons.
We didn't get no participation trophy. We were little. Come on, man.
Everybody got them blue ribbons on damn field day.
Well, we talk about football trophies. We talk about field day. We ain't talking about field day, man.
That's still participation.
Our school ain't do that. Our school did not do that.
Yeah, I didn't get no participation.
Everybody got a blue ribbon in the cab, bro. Stop playing.
Your ass had to be good at something to get a trophy.
I went in the cab.
We got trophy being good or something.
I don't care what y'all say. It started with us, bro. That's all.
No, we're not talking with us. We're not gonna play that on us. No, they started with us.
Yeah, it did. It started with us. Blue, no. Blue, I think Blue Gen X. Blue couldn't have cut the door open, bro. See Gen X.
Yeah, she right before us.
Yeah. I think.
Hey, we were raised by the people in the 70s. That's why we still had hard.
All right, what's our excuse though? What's millennials? We raising them.
I don't know what their excuse. I don't know what happened there.
Exactly.
You talking about millennials?
We raising them kids that's falling over. See, X is
we ain't raising them kids, them 2010, 2000 kids. I don't want to hear that.
All right, but hey, I think X and Blue just came here. We're gonna show it one more time so you see. So all y'all born in the 70s and before, This is how y'all act when something bad happened to you. You slice
Oh,
it
you
up.
gotta show it. I can't see it. It ain't on the screen, Tony.
Oh, it ain't on the screen. Oh, my bad. My bad.
No, you gotta show it to him.
All right, here we go.
Yep, 70 kids.
We're gonna slice it up. The 70s and before. 80s kids, that's us.
Yeah.
Millennials.
Yeah, that's
we gonna hit you back.
Yeah.
We gonna hit you back. 90s. All right, you know he gonna mean mug you a little bit.
Yeah.
Here come the 2000 kid. And it's 2010.
Hey,
all right, look, man. You know the 2000 kids. That's Gen Z.
That's about right. That's about right for them. That's right. Look how sensitive they acting now for the damn presidential thing.
And in 2010 kids, that's Gen Alpha.
yeah, that's right. They got it right.
That's Gen Alpha, bro.
Yeah, hey, they got it all the way right.
My kids are Gen Alpha, bro. That is not, bro. My kids they acting like
damn, Tony.
my kids are not acting like that, bro.
My Gen Z. Dang.
You got Gen Z kid. Okay, man. Oh, dang, that's crazy.
Oh, damn, my kid ain't acting like that. I know that much.
Bro, your kid, I don't know what your kid gonna be. I don't even know what generation. What generation is your kid?
I used to randomly trip my kid on purpose. Just trip him, make him pie.
Hey, CPS,
suck it up.
CPS.
Up.
All right, CPS gonna come, bro.
What?
He was tripping his kid.
When my little cousin was young, you know them swing sets. My little, my little cousin on top of their bed and hit his head. He started crying. Mama told me, "Don't you start that damn crying? You better not cry." He told me, "You better not cry."
Yeah,
that's how we raised them.
Yeah. Bro, I remember one day I cried after a baseball game after we lost. My dad was like, "What the hell you crying about?" I ain't never gonna forget that day. I was like, "You lost? You don't cry because you lose? What's wrong with you?" I was like,
yeah, we were taught not to cry. We were taught to be like that. Ain't nobody teaching these damn new generation to be like that. That's the problem.
You lost. He was like, "It's a baseball game. You gonna cry because you lost a baseball game? What's wrong with you?"
Look how these folks acting about the president thing. You see how they crying and nothing up? They let you know they crazy. Ain't nobody teaching them.
You can't be crying. Just because you lose, you can't cry about it. Just stop crying about it,
man. Get out your feelings.
But you ever heard that phrase? I hope I don't mess it up. It's something like hard times make strong men, right?
Yeah.
And strong men make good times, and good times make weak men.
Well, yeah, you can sum it up to that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So there's something.
It was a little bit more than that.
It was more to it than that, but you get the hints though,
right?
I
get it.
When you're going through things that are actually hard, it makes men strong.
Yeah.
Right? And when everything is given to you, all the men become weak in society.
Yeah.
Most of them. I ain't gonna say every single, but you get what I'm saying. All right. So they got something called the fourth turning, and history repeats itself, and they've been studying this thing. So it's a book called The Fourth Turning, and I want y'all to look at this chart. I want y'all to look at this chart. And this sums up what's going on with the generations. All right. So the first turning, so spring, they call that springtime, right? It's the end of promise, belonging, growth, and childhood. Right. Second turning is summertime. It's the end of euphoria, defiance, jubilation, and youth. All right. So that springtime, everybody's happy. And then around the summertime, it starts ending, all the euphoria starts to come to an end a little bit. And then the third part is autumn. It's the end of separation. There starts to be anxiety. There starts to be fragmentation in adulthood. So everything now starts to happen where you're starting to feel like, everything's not as good as it used to be. Right? Guess what? Guess where we are right now. Right? We're in the winter. We're in the era of survival. We're gathering old age and death. So right now we are in the fourth part of the turning. This happens every hundreds of years. It's the same cycle. We're right now where we are the ones that are going through all the hard times, right? Similar to all those people that was going through all those hard times during the World War I era. You know what I'm saying? That's where we are right now. Everybody's predicting World War III will happen in our generation. All right. So I want you to check this out.
It will.
Check out this chart.
Yeah, the Trump get out of office.
All right. So this is the American cycles and turnings as defined by Strauss and how it was with wars. So they used the wars to show you the time period. Remember I said the first turning, second, third, and fourth? All right.
Yeah.
So the first turning was after the Revolutionary War. After the first time they went through the fourth turning. Because remember I told you 4 is the winter time, right? So you winter time. All right. So they just highlighted all those times. All right. So you see 1704 to 1794.
Yeah.
That was during the time of hard time. The Revolutionary War. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then the Civil War. That was during a time of hard times. It's happening over. It does it over again. Look, we have a high, the awakening. Then we have this unraveling around here, and then we have crisis, the American Revolutionary War. Right before that was the French and Indian Wars. It did it again during the Civil War. We had a high, everybody was happy, everything was going good. Then you get a time of awakening, and then what happens right after that? We have an unraveling again. 1844 to 1860, we had the Mexican War, and then right after that war kicks off, boom, the Civil War. It does it every single time. Look again, once again, when we have our great power, this is when we have our rise to power. America becomes a superpower. Look what happens. We have a high. Then we have an awakening with the Spanish-American War, right? That's where the Rough Riders come from. Teddy Roosevelt and all that. The Rough Riders, you ever heard them? That's Spanish American.
I know Teddy Roosevelt is, yeah.
Right, yeah.
I heard the Rough Riders. That's where the DMX got the name from. Yeah, the Rough Riders.
Yeah. I know Teddy, yeah, I know.
Yeah. And then look what happened again. The unraveling right here. World War I. Then here's the crisis time. World War II. Okay, and then after that, we have a time of high. That's why that time when Trump was like, "Let's make America great again." This is what he's referring to. Don't think the world leaders don't know this cycle. You see this? This is what he's referring to right here. 1929, 1946. After World War II, that's when everybody talks about how the 50s was this great American time. That's what they're talking about. I know it wasn't great for black folk. I'm not talking about us going through our I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the amount of money everybody had, and everybody started having cars. You could have one job and have your wife stay at home, and both of y'all could go on vacation 2 times a year off of one job. Everything was cheap. Everybody was having a good old time. And then what happens? Awakening comes. Then unraveling once again. What's the unraveling? All those Iraq wars after 2001 with the 9/11 towers, and we was in Iraq for I don't know how many years, right? Iraq and Afghanistan.
Yeah, left. Trump got another
we just left. But guess what? What's happened now? Now we got North Korea and Russia and Ukraine. We got Israel and Iran.
They're trying to talk it out with Trump.
I get it, but I don't know if he's gonna be able to do it. That's why everybody's saying this is our time period right now. World War III might be ramping up because we have all these world powers coming to a head. That's the time we're in. We're in the time of crisis, and everybody feels it. Everybody goes, "Dang, something don't feel right. Something doesn't feel right." Everybody says it. You see what I'm saying? We just have a feeling. We don't know what it is, but everybody's like, "Man, something ain't right. Something ain't right." All right. Yeah, Blue says he talking about it. Yeah, y'all check out Blue channels. He says he talking about that. He said, yeah, Mr. X said, most of the kids are vitamin D deficient. Yeah, they don't go outside. Outside is a punishment. Outside needs to be a punishment for us sometimes too, though. They be like, go outside. Go outside. All right? Like, I want to watch Nickelodeon. Take your butt outside.
They can't socialize with nobody because they ain't used to being outside around people.
Yeah.
Why they so damn anti-social?
That's why they ain't getting no booty no more.
Yeah, that's the reason they ain't getting none of that neither.
Now check this out. Millennials, every generation, this is how it goes. This is how it goes. Every generation is the same thing. All right. We're the millennials are the hero generation. We are the ones that have to save everything to go back to the first turning again. We're the ones that go through the crisis. That's us. You understand? So let me if you don't understand the chart, let me show you. What I mean by that is the progressive era. During the progressive era, that's when everybody's feeling good. Just like after World War II, you become a superpower. You got all the money, you got all the cash, you got everything. You don't got no worries. There's no war on the horizon. Y'all just went through a war, so you don't got to worry about your kids going to war. You're less protective. You don't have to worry about that. You remember in the 50s how they be like they would just let the kids just walk around and you didn't have to worry where they was as long as they came home at a certain time and you didn't lock your front door and stuff like that. That's what they mean. The golden era. That's why they call it the golden era. It was low crime. Everybody was doing good. The economy was doing good. All right. That's the progressive era. That's what that
Yeah.
orange is.
Yeah.
All right.
Man,
Next,
we had Wayne Williams. I had to be alive for the street light came on. Wayne Williams was out running.
yeah, but look, that's the first turning. This orange here is the first turning. You see, it's an increase. Here, the green is the second turning during the missionary period, right? And what's starting to happen is you're starting to realize how great everything is. You're awakened in that situation. Like, but there's also a time where it starts to unravel here in the blue, 1883 to 1900s, right? You might have a war pop off, but it's not the main war, but it's a proxy. It's like a pre-war, precursor. And then here you go. This is when World War I popped off. You get what I'm saying? Once again. Now these are all the generations. All right. You see this? This also is the turning. The orange is the turnings, but it's also the name of the generations. So this is the progressive generation in 1843 to 1859. They got to live during a time of high. Everything was great. After the Revolutionary War, everybody's feeling all good. Everybody trying to get the gold rush. Everybody just trying to get money, homesteading, little house on the prairie action, like I'll be talking about, right? And then the next generation was the missionary generation. And then after the missionary generation was the lost generation. The lost generation was the ones that was going into World War I. You know what I'm saying? Around that time, they were about to enter into World War I. And then the GI generation is the ones that was in it. That's why they call them the GI generation. They were the ones that was in World War I. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and then silent generation is still here. The silent generation is our grandmas.
Oh.
You get what I'm saying? So our grandmas and grandpas is the silent generation. They lived through World War II. Right. But after World War II, if you see it right here, right after World War II, it was a time of plenty. They also went through right here in between this time, they went through the Great Depression. Remember that after World War I. Because the 20s was the time where everybody was getting down, everybody was feeling good. You had the Cotton Club, Langston Hughes, Zora Neale Hurston, right? You had the I can't remember the two tap dancing brothers. I can't remember their names. Man, slipping my mind. But it was just a time, everybody was feeling good. Then
World War. Sammy Davis Jr. and them is.
I don't know if he was born. I think he was born around that time. Yeah, because he was a kid. He was a kid star around that time. Yeah. Sammy Davis Jr. Yeah. So he's silent generation. Yeah. Frank Sinatra, all that type of stuff. Rat Pack. Mm-hmm. All right. So that was during a time of high. And then here comes again is a time of awakening and understanding, the boomer generation. So the boomer generation got spoiled because of the silent. Well, I won't say not spoiled. This Gen X got spoiled. My bad. The boomer generation had parents that was like, yo, we scared to spend our money too, though, right? Because you remember they went through the Great Depression, even when everything started going good. So they learned a lot of responsibility. All right. But the boomer generation was like, hell no, we about to become hippies. Y'all too strict. Right. So that's what happens at that time. And during that time of their free love, they start the unraveling. That's what they mean by that. Right. So this generation knows how to get everything together, but then their kids want to rebel and their kids want to have freedom and do what they want to do. And then they start acting a fool. Right. And all that sexual revolution, free love, feminist, all that stuff started around this time period. right? This is same thing that was happening here too. It's a time of awakening. Like, oh, we could do this, we that. That's what's happening here, right? They give birth to Gen X and they want to spoil their kids. Gen X got spoiled. All right. Gen X still tough. They tough, but they got spoiled by the boomer generation, right? Because the boomers wanted that freedom. So they taught their kids freedom, right? MTV generation, right? Wild and Crazy, Freaknik, MTV, Spring Break, Summer Jam. You remember that time period? I ain't never
I mean,
my boy.
they even had a show for kids called Wild and Crazy Kids.
Wild and Crazy Kids. Yeah, we was watching that.
Yeah.
Wild and Crazy Kids, right? And then they also, it's weird because baby boomers is such a huge generation. They also gave birth to millennials too. They gave birth to Gen X and millennials. So the older Gen Xers gave birth to millennials. Boomers gave birth to millennials because they're such a huge generation. And then here you go with the millennials. We came in during a time of crisis. That's why we went through Y2K, the Twin Towers, the Great Recession, Iraq wars,
Why did I say
Afghanistan
hero?
wars. Because we're the generation that has to say the yellow generation saves everybody. See, the GI generation, this is the World War I, World War II folks. They saved everybody. And here we go again, right around the time of birth of World War III. Our generation is gonna have to save everybody again.
God damn, I figured that.
I knew
We don't want with some damn
sense.
sense.
Me a long time ago. Like, man, ain't no reason for it to be going on. Like, man, I ain't signed up.
Millennials, I did. But it's happening. Millennials vote. You see how millennials voted, right? The millennials like, yo, I'm not with.
We don't want with some damn sense out here.
We got to get back to getting this country focused on the country instead of everybody else, right? That's what
I thought they don't want to be saved. They said don't save them. They don't want to be saved. We might just have to let this thing to wash our hands at this time. We don't just save nothing. That's just
everything's on a
reset.
Cycle. What you can't do is you cannot destroy the cycle. Cycle is set and created by whatever entity y'all want to believe in. Y'all believe in the energies. If you believe in the God, one God, if y'all believe in whatever y'all believe in, you cannot stop cycles. There's a cycle of life. There's a cycle that the moon goes on. It's a cycle that the sun goes on. It's a cycle that the wind follows. You cannot stop cycles. And it's also a cycle that man and civilization follows.
It's crazy funny you say that. We see like the only ones got coming damn shit. I'm like, oh my God, that man, the generation out there, they ain't got
no right. I know it. So this is us right here too. Just another explanation. He said, "Are we still in the age of Aquarius?" Yeah, we're in the age of the water bearer. Yeah, that's why all the information is coming out.
We sweet. Cause wasn't that the whole fish symbol? We ain't got
man.
Everything
that
fish
Aquarius, that's Pisces, man. What you talking about?
Oh, okay, cool. Then we got that one. Yeah,
I said we're in the water bearer. Water bearer.
We was in Pisces then.
The water bearer. That's why all the information is coming. That's why all information is coming out. Probably that might be what Rick, not Ricky. I thought Rick say Ricky Smiley. He'd be mad as hell. That's what Cat Williams was talking about.
Cat Williams.
When he said when everything gonna start coming out. Yeah. Everything gonna start coming.
He did have that. You know, the chain he was wearing on that episode was a big ass. It was the steering wheel for a boat.
Let's say woke too.
Yeah. That steering wheel. I'm gonna put you on the game. That steering wheel. That steering wheel is where angel. No. Where the angel's soul is housed. It's on the back of an angel. It follows the angel around. That's literally looks like a pirate steering wheel.
Okay, right. I ain't never know that. That's something new. Put me up on something.
I put you up on game.
We got a little serious. I told y'all
everything I know, but look at this. It's bust. He said it's gonna come to the light.
Front of us and acting like a straight up G, and then you get over here and you letting these boy bust up your back. But you know, it gonna come to the light.
Right.
Everything is coming to the light. We're in that time period. So check it out. This is the time, the new order. And whenever you hear it's like a new world order, I know everybody thinks of this one ominous presence or this family that started something that Now, all it means is the old ways, the old regime that was in charge gets replaced with a new regime, right? So
What
remember,
about time?
at one point in time, Egypt was a world superpower, and then somebody conquered them, and then it was a new order after that. You understand? And then
Yeah.
everything falls in order after that. The Persian Empire was on top at one point in time. The Chinese Empire was huge at one point in time. The Romans, the Greco-Romans are still ruling. The bad thing about that, when there's a new order after this Greco-Roman European empire ends, is going to be a new empire. That's what they're trying to fight against. That's why this new NWO that we talk about is trying to make sure that doesn't happen. Right? They're trying to break the cycle. You understand?
Yeah.
All right. So what ends up happening in the very beginning? This is literally the rise and fall of every empire. It follows the same thing. You have strong leadership. You're going to have strong leadership during the new, and it's going to be a millennial that ushers that in. So I'm guessing that means our next president is going to be a millennial. All right. After that, you got inventiveness. This is when everybody's
Wait. Did you say our next president was gonna be a millennial, sir?
K say running 2030.
Okay, stay running. Stay for president.
You feel me?
K for president,
All right,
man. Get the hell out of here.
That part.
Stay for president.
Let's go.
All right, inventiveness. That's when all the innovation starts to kick off. That's when you get all those great men making new inventions that helps out humanity immensely. Okay, then education starts to take precedent. Okay, now you see, we're saying our education system is like the worst in the world. They're talking about revamping that right now, making it better as we talk.
Yeah, that's what Trump was just talking about.
We have one of the worst education systems in comparison to all the G1 countries. We are like at the bottom. Okay.
Yeah, them little kids know a lot of stuff.
Mostly it's because we put a lot of money into it, but there's people up there on that board that's pocketing the money and they don't talk about it. All right. 4 is strong culture. Yeah. Well, how you build a strong culture is through family. All this other stuff that everybody else is making up right now, it has never happened throughout history. The nucleus of a family has always built a strong culture. That's why during the time of right here at the top, it starts to unravel because you're like, oh, we don't need it anymore because everything's going well. But when times get hard, when you can't live in that apartment by yourself no more, you start depending on that other person. And you see what I'm saying? And naturally, y'all gonna have kids, and then you become protective of those kids. All right. Anybody that has children will let you know that once you have kids, you start acting differently. Right? For the most part, there's some people that do. They don't even matter. Some people don't even matter, but for most people, right? 5, good resource and allocation. You start having you see what I mean? You start to allocate your resources towards good things instead of a strip club. That money's going to your kid learning violin lessons. You get what I'm saying? All right. Next after that, good competitiveness. At 6, you see, this is all taken to rise. So now everybody's in competition. Hey, I want the top job. Hey, I want to be a doctor. Let me get the top degrees or become the top in my skilled profession, the best carpenter. That starts to happen. 7, strong income growth. You see that? Because of these things, because of the nucleus of the family, because of them teaching you good, strong culture, right? You start to want to achieve better. And then you also start getting better income per person. Each person has highly skilled. That's why people in the 90s, you see their singers. I always use entertainers because everybody sees them. Their singers in the 80s, 70s, 80s, and 90s are way better than any singer we got right now. You know why? Because they were raised in a family with strong culture and they had time to master their craft. Right now, it's a microwave TikTok hot pocket. We just I could sing a little bit. Oh, I blew up. You never took the time to sit down with an A&R to get your persona down, to know how to do interviews, to build your personality, and to learn how to perfect your craft of singing. We just throw you there now, right? By the way, we're over here. Okay. All right. So 8, strong markets and financial centers, right? Now that everybody has good money, it's easy to get loaned. Everybody got businesses. Everybody got free money to spend to keep those businesses going. Everything's starting to feel great. But guess what? Guess what starts to happen when you get up here to the top? People start getting less productive. You got more kids now. These people gave birth, right? You went through hard times. These people made strong families. These people have kids. Their kids are enjoying the fruit of their parents' labor without having. They don't even know what happened over here. Like if you talk about 9/11 now, they make jokes about people passing away in those towers. They make straight up jokes about them. And they make memes about them people jumping out. They didn't see it personally, so it don't impact them the way we saw it when we was in class. And we're sitting there like, bro, I remember exactly where I was when 9/11 happened. I remember exactly where I was. But them, they think it's a joke. But that's what happens. You can't really blame them. They don't know the magnitude of the situation because they weren't there. They didn't see the people jumping out in real life, in live action on news, people screaming, things exploding. They didn't know the mood of the country, right? Just like a lot of us weren't alive during JFK, right? We don't know the mood of the country when JFK got shot, but everybody talks about that as one of the major events in American history. How gloomy the country was. We didn't. A lot of millennials, we didn't experience that, so I don't know personally, right? So right here, we start to become less productive. What do they mean by that? Those kids now are like, well, I don't gotta go to college. Mama got a big house. I could stay in her basement. Or I don't got to go to college. I don't feel like doing that. I just want to have fun. Let's do all our recreational drugs. Let's make music. Let's just sleep with each other. Right? And now you're overextended. Right? What do they mean by overextended? Now you're buying things that you don't need. Right? You're buying Lamborghinis because you can, but now you can't even really make the payments. You got an 8-bedroom house. Everybody's overextended. All right. What happens now? You're losing competitiveness. What happened? Why? You're losing that because your parents already set up everything for you. Might be a little trust fund kid. They always talk about that. Trust fund kids, kids with money, they have a lack of motivation. And we could see that a little bit with Bronny. I'm not saying Bronny didn't try, but he didn't have the need to get as good as his father did at basketball. And that tends to happen with the children after when you're doing well. These people started doing well. The kids got to reap the benefits, and now it starts to be a decline. All right. 12, you get wealth gaps. That's what started during the decline. All of these people that made money, they made so much money and made a new class of boule and rich people that they are separating themselves from the rest of the pack, and people are starting to hate them. Now you get large debts because what did I say? People are trying to put on, showing you that they are making all this money when they are not. This is around the earlier 2000s. We get to the printing of money. This is where we're going through right now, guys. During 2020, we printed so much money that the K-12 printer, I mean, I'm gonna see if I can show you that chart. It was a straight line up. After that, we get internal conflict. Men versus women. Does that ring the bell? Men versus women hate each other. Oh my God. You can't go anywhere without making a comment without a man or a woman getting mad at you. Okay? Not only that. Oh yeah, 4B movement. Yeah, that's true. Not only that is the internal conflict. You have Muslims versus other religions, right? Christians going on in the country. I mean, not Christians, Jewish going on, right? You got the feminist movement going on right now, which is contrary to the patriarchy. Well, what other little stripes we got going on between? Oh yeah, people that hate Trump and love Trump. That's going on. That might be the biggest issue right now because the election just happened, right? So much so they're talking about poisoning their husbands or boyfriends, breaking up with their husbands or boyfriends.
I still
that's the internal conflict.
Like,
we have the loss of reserve currency. Like, this happens every generation. So we lost that during, I believe, Ronald Reagan. Woodrow Wilson started it off though, but Ronald Reagan just took it off the gold standard. All right, but we still losing the currency value because we have things forming like BRICS. If you ever heard of BRICS, they're trying to make their own their own fiat currency that they will be dependent on instead of the American dollar. That's going on right now. All right. And then 17, we
Yeah, a
have
bunch of
weak
countries
leadership.
have signed on to that.
Weak leadership. What had happened just now? Nobody could tell you that Joe Biden was a good president. If they did, they lost their damn mind. The man didn't know where he was half the time, and it took him forever to admit it, right? Everybody's wondering who the hell is running the country. Who is it?
It wasn't him.
What? It wasn't him, right? He was like literally a puppet. Literally, he was like flesh puppet.
Okay. Sesame Street sheet. Hand up his back.
And then lastly, we're here in a time of civil war, and everybody thought that if Trump lost, the Civil War would have popped off. They thought that the MAGA conservative, what you call those the little armies? What you call those little armies inside of the nation? The militia. They thought the militias was going to take to the streets and pop off and start taking out people, and they thought it was going to go crazy. All right, but right now, you hear the Democrats now bringing their rhetoric, talking about we're gonna bring as much drama. We just saw it yesterday, right? We're gonna make as much drama as possible, and we don't care no more. Okay, so the sentiment of civil war is still here, and not to mention overseas, World War III is looming, and that's where we are right now. And after that, the millennials are gonna have to usher us through this because we are the generation right now, 30s and 40s, that are going to have to be the leaders during this time to bring us back to the new order where we'll start over again and we'll bring back conservative values, meaning a nuclear family with a mom and a dad, making sure that they become as educated as possible, and they'll start all over again. So we'll probably be grandparents around this time. You understand?
At least we gonna fix that.
Yeah. So there we go.
Hopefully.
That's the thing, though. You get what I'm saying? That's the thing.
Man.
That's what
it's something I read. I read something a while ago. It said that I think it was like all the spirits from souls from the 80s to the 90s or mid 90s, some of the sort. About 15-year gap. That was the last of the genuine, authentic spirit souls that came. We chose to be here at this time. You feel me? Like it's assignment type situation. We came here knowing what was finna happen so we could bring back change or bring order back or whatever. I read some stuff like that. Right? I'm
gonna write something like that for 40, 60 years from now, so people will be like, bro, did you see what the dude wrote back in 2020? I'm gonna write something.
I mean, that's literally what you telling me. That's what I read.
No, you said we get to choose when we come back and all that. I don't know about that, bro. I just
think that the spirit, the soul we chose to be here.
We're definitely on a cycle. We're on a cycle. So I'll tell you that right now. So but that's the thing. We are the generation that has to be the hero generation because we went through all. They said they call us. They also call the other nickname from a millennial generation, the unlucky generation, bro.
That's about right.
We went through. We went through 2 recessions, bro. We went through the Great Recession with Obama, and then we went through this recession with COVID.
That wasn't no damn recession. What you talking about?
Inflation. It was a recession. No, during COVID. Yeah, what you
talking about? Some people just didn't know because
No. You're talking about before COVID. I said after COVID.
Oh yeah. After COVID. Okay, yeah. After during COVID, wasn't no recession. Hell no.
Yeah.
Trump made sure that.
Yeah, we going to
do it anyway.
Yeah. So let's watch that one more time, man. He got it on point though. So pretty much, man. I can't remember the quote exactly, but hard times make strong men, and good times make weak men. Just to sum it up.
That's right.
We've created weak men during our good times, and now it's hard times is gonna make us stronger men, and then it's gonna happen all over again. All right, so check this out.
It's funny. All right.
Oh my gosh, bro.
They just fall on like
I'm saying,
2010.
Bro, he got shot, bro. He sound like he got shot, man.
Yeah, they fall on like 2010. Ain't no damn good.
Yeah. So if y'all are interested in the fourth turning, yeah, go check that book out. It's a book. You can find it on Amazon and pretty do they even have Borders anymore, bro? Hey, bookstore. Hey, look, just go on Amazon.
They got books though.
Do they still have it?
Yeah, they one right up the street from my house.
Okay. Not sure.
I know they had one at the
Mall
Mall of Georgia
used to
out
have
here,
to drive.
but I don't see that thing no more.
Yeah, they
I used
got
to have to
them
drive.
inside these plazas around here. Yeah, they got them. They
I used
still
to have to
around.
drive 40 minutes away, somewhere into Gwinnett to get to that.
Now you gotta
thing.
come on to the cater. They got them.
Okay.
Yeah, where'd you have to go to get books? Where? Huh? Say that again.
I had to go to the
Where'd you have to
country.
go? Oh
To the
yeah, now
boondocks.
you had to go to the Gwinnett, right? Where
I had to
everything's
go to
at.
the country.
To the
Everything ain't over
boondocks.
there, bro. You
Man,
wish.
man,
But
stop
Boondocks,
playing with my
man.
man. Stop playing with
I
my
had to go to
section.
the boondocks. I had to go to the
Yeah,
boondocks,
the
man.
boondocks, man.
All right.
But yeah, now I just
See.
ordered my book. Oh yeah, check out the fourth turning.
Now I just order mine.
Yeah, I just order the books now, or I just do them digital too. Just put it on the iPad. But anyway, we better get up out of here. Y'all ain't had no questions about any of that fourth turning, did you?
Nah, hey man, that's pretty accurate. It make perfect sense. I've been feeling like that anyway.
Yeah. All right. Well, the hero generation, just like the GI
No, we
generation.
gotta save every damn body, huh? God damn.
Well, that means a lot of people gonna be lost.
Man, you know,
Ain't gonna
man,
be good for us.
I was looking at stuff yesterday.
A lot of
Man,
people
they said
gonna
we got
lose they
800 billionaires, right? Dude, like we got all these billionaires. He said we ain't got one Batman or one Iron Man. He said it's bullshit.
Well, you don't know.
Appreciate that,
You don't know that.
Appreciate
Elon
that.
Musk, they don't tell him what Elon Musk got put up.
Here go the hard quote. Here go the whole quote. Hard times make strong men make good times. So I had those part right. Good times make weak men make hard. Oh, I just missed the last part. Weak men make hard times.
Oh,
Thank you,
okay.
Max. Appreciate that.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, you know what's it called? Hell, we don't know what Elon Musk got in there. He might do got him old Iron Man suit or something. Make a robot.
Man, I think he do got an Iron Man.
Make a spaceship.
For real.
But I think Elon's Gen X though, bro.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm talking about. He's talking about ain't no Iron Man, ain't no billionaire. I'm telling you what Elon Musk got put in that damn.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Stuff.
Anyway, all right. We appreciate all y'all. We about to get up out of here. We're gonna be back here today at 7 p.m. Hope we can catch all of you here at 7 p.m. for the main show. I hope y'all like that reaction to every generation get weaker. Oh boy, shout out to Oba. I don't know his Twitter. It didn't pop up, man. But shout out to him. That was funny. And we'll see y'all later.
Other people to subscribe.
That's right. Let's get it. Peace.